Okay. Then I'd like to deal a little with the non-physical thing and the allowing, and what you were just talking about. It's like my caution. So you were working last night with someone who had a non-physical entity connected with him that they were trying to rid themselves of.
Quite a rascal indeed.
Quite a rascal, yeah. And it was, and I could sense her pain, and then I started feeling sorry for the non-physical one getting kicked out. And then I thought this morning, or in the middle of the night, I woke up about 1 o'clock, and I thought, well, every time I'd wake up, I'd think about that again. And then I'd think I shouldn't be thinking about this because I'll end up doing the same thing she's done and attract it into my being. Then I thought, I can't do that because my inner being is so firmly in place at one with me that there's no room for any of that frivolous stuff. Or it would have got to me years ago because I've played around a lot with thoughts through the years. And then I thought this morning, I'm going to ask Abraham, couldn't you have advised that non-physical being to just start being nice, and maybe she would like having it around if it wasn't so determined to hurt her and make her upset all the time?
You may have noticed that as we were interacting with this one, the woman, the physical one, that much that we were offering was for the benefit of the non-physical, frivolous friend.
Yeah.
You see, it is our knowing and it is your knowing, and it is her non-physical fiend's knowing that there is no such thing as law of assertion. In other words, all things are attracted. And so this woman must come to understand that she is co-creator in this experience, that it is through her attention to, and initially even her wanting of, that she attracted the experience to begin with. And you may not have heard it, but we did. There was a certain amount of enjoyment in all of it too, for it brings attention to her. In other words, it is not all negative experience. It is that sometimes she wants it and sometimes she doesn't, and right now, because things are heating up a little bit, she has decided to get rid of it, you see. And her non-physical friend is reluctant to release because he knows that it is by virtue of her attraction that he is there to begin with. And so what we were attempting as we were interacting with all of them was to help them all understand that they are free to be or do or to have or to attract or to not attract whatever they are wanting. And all of them are pretty far from understanding that at this point.
See, I guess, it's part of it is so hard for me to understand.
What is hard to understand?
Okay, so when my thought is, well, what's guaranteed when I'm non-physical that I won't be some weird little being like that, creating hassles everywhere I go, and then being booted out every time I make a contact. And so...
You would be. You are that even here.
One more chicken drink.
Show up at the Baptist church and go to the pulpit and tell them about Abraham and see how well received you are. The point is, this one is not wrong. He is not improper. He's just being who he is in a place where something else is now intended, you see. That is the most difficult thing for most of you to understand, is because you are, as physical natured beings, wanting to assign things as right or wrong, as you are following. And so our understanding is that the frivolous being was he was not the intruder that he was made out to be. He is just someone that is doing his thing by virtue of the attraction into that experience. And as much as she says, go away, I don't want you, you see, the woman who has attracted cancer would say the same thing. The woman who has attracted a husband who beats her would say the same thing. But in the words that they speak and the feeling that they hold, the law is operating. And anything else would be not possible. And so what must come is an understanding. This woman must understand how it is that it has come.
Well, see, now there's that cautiousness. In other words, I couldn't allow myself to dwell on any thoughts of that very long last night before I thought I better start thinking about what I want.
Now let us commend you on that, because the uneasy feeling that you got whenever you dwelled on it was your inner being saying, this is the beginning of a creation that you are not wanting. And so you followed your guidance well. We're not saying to you, friends, if you think that what we're saying is that everything in all of the universe is rosy and you would like to take it home and keep it in your bedroom, that is not what we're saying. We're saying everything is out there. Everything imaginable is out there. And you, through the balance of your thought, attract into your experience, you see. You don't need to worry. You have attracted a very nice one.
Well, JT,
You're getting up one.
Yeah, JT earlier said, well, I thought this would get easier after a while, so you wouldn't have to keep